What up, girl? Welcome back to Cover Dish, Tuesday at 7
Please
p.m.
make that.
Eastern Time. Oh
Please
my
make
gosh.
that the screenshot.
My view was so off there. I apologize, viewers. I wasn't on full screen.
What?
I know, cancel the dish.
Again.
Yeah, totally. How very dare.
Girl, what up? You look cold.
I am cold. It's like 20 degrees in Ohio and I'm not happy about it.
Shoot.
Well, it's 80 degrees.
I'm not going to tell you the weather here. I just don't think it's healthy. Like, I think, you know what I mean? I was in Chicago last week, and
So you know.
I was there for 3 days, and I was so depressed.
They don't call it the Windy City for nothing.
It was so cold, and there was a winter storm that came through, and it was like just a dusting of snow, but it was just cold.
Yeah.
Like an inch. It was like an inch or two.
I mean,
and I just like, yeah. I napped at like 5 p.m. every day. I just like needed a nap. And then I woke up and it was pitch black.
Yeah, Chicago gets dark really early. It's like 4:30 and it's dark.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, how does anyone like stay sane in this weather?
I don't know. Get in the chat, Chicagoans. I want to hear from Miss Tamale Sepp. I want to hear from Jenna Doggetti. I want to hear from Rosemary Maybe. I miss my Chicago performers.
Wait, who was that fabulous genderqueer performer? Potts? No, Potty Mouth. Is Potty Mouth in Chicago?
Potty's still in Chicago.
Yes, Potty Mouth getting the chat.
Slaying the game all day, every day. Looking like a mix between Divine's character in Pink Flamingos, like the filthiest woman alive.
Yeah.
And like Liza Minnelli.
We love to see it.
Yeah.
With like rock hard abs.
Yeah. Like yeah, totally. I've never seen anyone with such a range of expression, but with such a cohesive style.
Right. Normally it's like, oh, you have a theme and then you deviate, but everything is on theme for Potty Mouth.
Yeah, it's totally just it's totally on point.
They're amazing. I don't know their pronouns. Is it they them?
You know what? I think so, but I haven't seen them in many years, so I don't know.
Look, when you don't know, it's they them, y'all.
That's true. That's a good rule of thumb.
That's what I do.
Take it from us.
Take it from us. The gender police. Anyway.
Yeah.
Girl, I am imbibing on a rare medium to dark liqueur tonight. So cheers to back pain.
She is a party girl, and I'm drinking Diet Caffeine-Free Coke. Because I'm an old, as we've discussed on this channel. Girl, my body, you were just talking about how cold you were in Chicago and wanting to take a nap every day at 5 p.m. I'm like between that and then not being able to sleep at all. Like I woke up at 2:30 Monday morning at 2:30 and I didn't sleep after that.
Wow.
I know. How does she do it?
Who is she?
How does she do it and still look so young? Kiss the moon 15 times.
You look great. You look great in 20-degree weather. We'd love to see it.
Yeah.
What is our topic tonight? Happy trails on expectations versus reality.
Oh no, Happy Trails is definitely our theme. I love that. Yeah. Moving on. That'll be next week.
Moving on.
Expectations versus reality. I don't know what I thought my 30s were going to be, but it's kind of like when you look at the different subscription levels for like an online service or a streaming platform, like you think that you're just going to get more features the more you invest.
Yeah.
But it's definitely like a sort of a series of balancing factors, you know what I mean? You've only got so much that you can get out of this whole game called life, and as you increase certain things, other things decrease.
Yeah.
So things like focus, willingness to commit, Um, level-headedness, ability to deal with crises, those things have gone up for me. Like, I can handle more of those things, right?
Right.
And then the things that decrease for me are things like fulfilling my basic needs. Like, I forget to eat. I forget to eat, and then I wake up and I can't sleep. So it's like,
Yeah.
Now I'm left wondering, how did I get on this seesaw? Like, how do I swing back the other way?
I think it's weird because, again, like, the expectations are what you expect is going to happen in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of tied to the energy and the sources and the context you have in the moment.
Yeah.
Right? Like, oh my God. I was convinced that I had this white, like lily white eyebrow hair right here. It took me 2 years to realize it was my first gray eyebrow hair. I was like, what a weird albino hair.
You thought you were Rogue from the X-Men.
It literally never registered as a gray.
Right.
I was just like, by the way, I'm grays everywhere else.
It's
Why
not
would
possible.
it not?
It's not possible.
It wasn't even zeitgeist. Like, it wasn't even canon. And I'm just like, you know what I mean? Like,
oh my God.
What we don't know till we know. You know what I mean?
Girl, let's talk about, so in the realm of expectations versus reality, have you ever heard the term headcanon?
No.
You know this word? It's a very, very nerdy term that people use in fandoms and in, like, comic book culture and, just people who get really, really into anything, like anime, sci-fi, whatever the case may be. And it refers to the difference between what was intended by the author and what you tell yourself is true in your head when you're watching something or reading something. So, for instance, I think I've talked about this before on the dish because it's always my favorite go-to example of this. But, like, my headcanon for Disney's Mulan is that Mulan is a gay trans man. Right? Like, my queer read on that story is that Mulan was looking for an opportunity to come out and express himself the way that he's always understood himself. When will my reflection show? You know that song? It's that. And then it's like, this is my moment. This is the perfect time, right? My elderly father can't serve in the military, so I'm going to go get it done, and then meets the man of his dreams.
Oh, total babe.
Yeah.
Smoke show of a man.
Mm-hmm. Captain Sean or whatever his name is. And then I sort of rewrite the end of the movie in my head. Like, there's an extra little epilogue where they have a conversation, and Mulan's like, I've always been Ping, right? Like, I am Ping. This is who I am. And Sean's like, I've always loved you, and, like, you've made me understand that I'm actually gay. And it's just, like, this whole beautiful queer love story that never happens, except in my head.
Girl, I love that. Also, just, dear viewers, for the rest of the dish in perpetuity, when things get quiet, I'm just going to go, when will my reflection show?
Who I am inside. Oh, my God. I was so flat. So flat.
I mean, yeah, but it would lose the kitsch if it was good.
That's true. That's true.
It can't be too good. Yeah, I think that's really interesting. Like, we have our own headcanon, right? Like, I don't know. We were talking about this. So the reason we talk about this, and do not think you're getting out of the Beanie Babies story.
Oh my God, so embarrassing. Okay, put a pin in that. We'll come back to it.
Okay, the whole thing is like I'm engaged. And
surprise, yeah.
There's an expectation that I know what I want for my wedding. And it's like, well, didn't you dream about this as a little girl? And didn't you, like, walk down the aisle? And didn't you have all your little stuffed animals set up? And I surely did not. The closest I had, oh my God, girl. I had a bunch of dress-up clothes as a kid. Not shocking.
We both did. We've never talked about that, but I know that we both had dress-up clothes.
Right. We found each other.
Yeah.
Theater kids with dress-up clothes. And
we had the same boa.
I had this two-piece wedding dress. It was like quinceañera style, so a little crop top.
Two-piece? That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was like a little dress-up, like, shitty, like, it was like made of plastic, right? But
yeah.
It was the only thing I had that was a crop top. In retrospect, it's all I wear now. And like now we're putting some things together. But I loved it. And my mom's like, you love it because it's a wedding dress? I'm like, look, bitch, I love it because it's a crop top. And I was such
Get out of my room, Mom. You don't even understand me, okay?
Like, I was such a chubby little potato. So my tummy was just out. But I was so, you know what I mean? But like, that was as close as I got. So I didn't have these things. I didn't have the headcanon that everyone else had around like marriage and kind of the fantasy around it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I always thought it was because of my queer identity, but I think it's just something deeper. I didn't really see the reflection of my own value in not in marriage as in like the relationship, but is in like the wedding. So it was like really interesting. And then I asked you, did you have any experience with like planning your wedding? And then you told me.
Called out, okay? I did, you know what? I didn't want to share this story on the dish. No, I'm kidding.
So cute.
I'm kidding. So, I love that, like, you know, some of us had normal fantasies and then some of us, like, married our Beanie Babies. Tell us about that. All right, so when I was little, I really had a thing for Beanie Babies. Like, there was this whole thing about keeping your Beanie Babies in good condition because they were supposed
in the
to
box. I had those plastic boxes.
Yeah, don't cut off the tags because they're going to be collector's items. You're going to have resale value.
I have a Princess Di Beanie Baby in my Christmas decorations that I refuse to get rid of.
I want it because you know I'm a late in life Princess Di stan. And so now I'm really actually disappointed that I don't have the Princess Di Beanie Baby.
Girl, it's yours. You just have to fly down to Florida and get it.
Yes, girl. So I was like, I played with my Beanie. I cut the tags right off as soon as I got them. I cut the little retail plastic tag with the Thai heart label on them, but I kept the care tag because I put them in the washing machine. It's so precious. So, Brooke, you can look a little bit less like this is pathetic. That would
no,
actually...
it's so cute. It's so cute because I just picture like little BB Eileen, marrying like her Beanie Baby.
So the thing that surprised Brooke about this that we talked about at length on the phone was that I had very rigid understanding of the gender of my Beanie Babies. Like I was convinced that half of my Beanie Babies were male and the other half were female.
Wow, it's like a real 50-50 split.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I had more friends that were girls than boys, so I'm pretty sure, like, you know, 60% of them, 60% of them were female. But I was like, I wanted this, I don't know, I just wanted everything to work out. I think that's what was going on in my head as a kid. Like, I wanted them all to be straight, cisgender, married individuals. I was going through it. I was processing some repressed shit. I pierced my Beanie Babies' ears. Just the girl Beanie Babies. I got a cheap set of like a big metal tin full of like just earrings. They probably had other crafting supplies. Just earrings. They probably also had plastic beads and like elastic, like a bracelet kit. But I got it for the earrings. And I would just like take my Beanie Babies to the salon and just like push the little posts through their ears and then like just give them all earrings that match their personalities. Like only the fox could have the strawberries. You know what I mean? It was very rigid about who they were supposed to be.
And what do you think that means?
I think it means that we need to examine the messaging that we're sending to children.
Yes. Oh my God, girl! You know what I love? I love that like our extensive ad nauseum conversation about Beanie Babies was like mostly surrounding the gender of Platty the Platypus, who you insist is a woman, and I am on the fence.
Yeah, I think what I said on the phone was if I had Platty the Platypus now, they would definitely be non-binary and working at Home Depot. For sure.
No, you said FedEx.
Did I say FedEx? Okay, well, there you go.
Oh, they them at FedEx. We love to see it.
Yeah.
Say what you want about lesbians at FedEx. They make the world go round.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You wouldn't have anything. Oh, look,
Your little
my
charm, your meat cleaver charm bracelet.
yes, my meat charm bracelet. We love to see it. Am I doing it right?
You are. You're doing it right. You're such a good influencer.
Thank you. Oh my God, thank you. This is from Amber Falter. It's from Beef Ghost. Hold on,
Oh, I love that show. I think I only went to it once in 2021, but it was a great show.
How do I do this?
Also very cold that night, as I recall.
I'm gonna put it in front of my face.
Yeah.
It's a bag.
Somehow when you do it, it looks a little different than when the beauty gurus do it.
Yeah,
Because you're even more beautiful.
and then
Yeah, that's a little ghost. That's so cute.
it's a little ghost.
Oh, and then there's a little cow for beef.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wait, where's the cow?
Yeah, like a little skull.
Oh yeah.
A little beef skull.
Yeah. And then a cleaver.
And then a cleaver. She's got a lot going on.
She does. She does.
Girl, I wanna circle back to the use of headcanon when describing our own lives, because I love it. It reminds me of the idea of the villain era. You seen those memes circulating around? Like I'm in my
yes,
villain
I'm
era.
in my villain era.
And you know what's funny is I think that's sort of a headcanon, like it's an aspirational villain era. Because like I think I'm in my villain era, but I also just let myself have Chipotle for the third time that week if I want it. You know what I mean? Does that make
that is your villain era?
Does that make me a villain, or does that just make me like I'm just letting myself have what I want?
It's making you be a gastrointestinal risk taker.
What I heard you say was gaslight gatekeep girl boss.
Ah! Girl boss.
Yeah.
Where's the girl middle manager? Where's that?
I think it's this outfit, to be honest. Complete with rubber like social justice bracelets.
Man, what happened to Lance Armstrong? Oh my God! I saw on Twitter that a stripper did a lap dance for Lance Armstrong, and he like insisted on going down on her for free, and he tipped poorly. That's what I saw this weekend on Twitter.
Was that recently?
Mm-hmm. This weekend.
Wow, so he is doing just as well as he was 10 years ago.
I guess so, but he really made those bracelets high off the shelves. Did you have a Livestrong bracelet?
No, I didn't. I wasn't into rubber bracelets.
How?
I wasn't into rubber bracelets. I was such a contrarian in college that when that whole thing went down, I was like, I'm not going to wear a rubber bracelet because that's what everyone else is doing. And now it's
yeah.
But now, like, I'm in Ohio and hell is real, so I have to wear rubber bracelets just so I can feel like I'm not crazy. You know what I mean?
You didn't just snap it. Girl, all right, so what is an
Oh, that was good. That was good.
What is an expectation about a relationship? And I don't necessarily mean romantic, because there's a million relationships out there. Our relationship, while extremely sexual, is not romantic.
We have an expansive idea about relationships on the dish, okay?
We do.
We're talking about love. We're talking about lust. We're talking about middle managers.
Yeah, whatever you're into.
I think the expectation...
Oh, no, my question was...
Yeah.
What is an expectation you had about relationships that has shifted?
Do you want one that actually... do you want to just know how it's going, or do you want to know one that worked out or one that didn't work out? What flavor do you want?
All of that.
Choose your own adventure.
Ooh. I don't know. Let's open door number 1. What do we got?
Well, I think when I was a youth, I thought that I was going to meet someone in high school, period.
Mm-hmm.
And then that didn't happen. And I thought, maybe I needed to... you remember the end of the movie Grease when Olivia Newton-John comes out in those tight pants?
Love it. No, 10 out of 10.
And Danny Zuko's like, you're the one that I want. Like, I thought I was in the makeover narrative. I was wrapped up in the makeover narrative. So I thought, like, a makeover was going to solve all my problems.
Yeah.
You know? And try as I might to intentionally change myself, this is sort of breaking news. It doesn't work, right? Because I think people can detect when you're trying really hard and when it just feels like this is who you are. It's just sort of effortless.
Yeah.
So I think, this is a generic kind of like, sometimes we do an advice column, an unofficial advice column on the Dish, but like, just let yourself be who you're going to be, because people will find you that like that stuff.
Well, that's actually really interesting, because that kind of plays into like one of mine, because I'm like, one of the things as I got older that everyone told me would be really hard, especially with my moves, that I wouldn't be able to like make friends. No, you get older and it's harder and harder to make friends. And I get that. But I think the hidden piece of it is, what has shifted for me is also my expectation of the friends I have. I think as I've gotten older, like when you're younger and your friends ghost you because they're in a relationship, or I ghost my friends because I'm in a new relationship, which always happened in my 20s. There was resentment and there was this and there was that. But now I feel like I'm in a much better place with the friends, and I'm like that I have, and I cultivate these relationships. And when they ghost me because they're going through something in their relationship, good or bad, like reconnecting or whatever, or recharging, it's not resentful. And I'm always like, I always think about that, because I always got frustrated with people that were like, well, they disappeared because they got in their relationship. And I'm like, or they're cultivating a different relationship right now. Yeah. And like, what is your maturity? And also in communicating, hey, I need more from you. Because whenever I've had a conversation with a friend, I mean a good friend, like the 7 I have, about needing more or needing something, it's changing, and they try. And that's all I'm asking for. I'm not asking for changed behavior. I'm asking usually for changed effort. Right? Yeah. So I'm never asking for changed behavior, because that's not my role as a friend. Yeah. But if I'm like, hey, this is how your effort is showing up, and this is how it's not working, I don't know, and then open up that through line. But I think when I was younger, I had this expectation, almost that like I had heard that like, well, you just lose people, they get into their things and their families and their kids. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Or they're like cultivating more, I don't know, like they're cultivating their fucking families. I don't know. I think it's kind of shifted for me. And I'm like, oh, okay, maybe it's because I have cultivated a smaller group of friends, but I give more grace in this friendship.
I think that's really important.
More grace is bestowed upon me too.
Yeah, I think that's a sign of maturity, that you want people to be happy and succeed, regardless of. It's almost like it's about something bigger than your relationship with them. It's like, how are they doing, generally?
Yeah, like I win, we win. You win, we win. Like,
yeah,
you
exactly.
get a job promotion, we win. You're happier. You're going to show up in this friendship better.
Yeah, my expectation when I was young was that I was going to stay friends with all the people I was friends with at that moment, and that we were all going to be really close with each other, like see them a couple times a week, sort of close. And the reality is, when you get older, that it's like you have a smaller group of really close friends that are the people that you're like, who are the people I just want to call during a free moment during the week, Yeah. That's going to be like only a handful of people, because especially if you're busy like us, Brooke, like you really can't sustain more than that. That's tough.
No, and I also think it's like, I don't know, I was thinking about this because an older white man told me, well, we all live 24 hours in a day. And I was like, okay, yeah, but like everyone has different barriers in their 24 hours. But okay.
Yeah.
And it was just pretty much saying, like, if I succeeded as a boomer white man, why hasn't everyone? Right? That was the context of the conversation. But in thinking about it, I'm like, really any call to a friend is an investment I'm not making, frankly, in myself, right? Or someone else. So my partner, or, you or whatever. And it's like, it's an intentional choice. So it does get smaller and smaller. But I do think, like, I don't know. There's this whole thing in lesbians, right? We ghost and we disappear and we nest, And I think I just understand it a little bit more now in my head canon. Anyways. Though I know there's still people out there who are mad I moved. And to you, I say, you take it up with Ms. Eileen Galvin, who finally has a place to visit in Palm Beach. Mother always said, live in Fisher Island, you get buried in Palm Beach.
That way you'll have the best of Florida. Kill the mothers. I love that line.
You know, I played Eliza in high school.
You don't say. You know what's funny is I think I've become more, I used to resent when you called me introverted, and now I realize that I've become more introverted over the course of my life.
Oh, you did?
Well, we've talked about it. I was like, I'm not introverted, I'm just introverted compared to you, and now it's like, no, I'm shifting. I'm shifting. Like, because not only do you, this is a little bit real, girl. You know what I expected? I expected to be able to sustain the same energy level.
Yeah.
And I never understood before when people in like their 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever. When I was in my 20s, I was just like, what do people mean they're tired?
Yeah.
Has this, like, in the last couple years, I can't do a lot. That's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
I can't do a lot.
Well, right. You said, like, I'll hang out with my friends a couple times a week. And I'm like, every week?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. When are you sleeping?
In this economy?
Yeah.
No.
Well, it's funny, the 8 hours of sleep thing, I used to be like, I can get by with a good 5.5. Like, that's enough.
You were a magician at that, by the way. Eileen Galvin, in her 20s, in her early to mid-20s.
Picture it.
Go to bed at 3:45, eating bobs and watching Canes.
Yes.
And wake up at 8, make herself this egg in a basket shit or something. I don't fucking know what you did on the stove. You like put the toast in
wizardry.
with the egg.
Yeah.
Fucking weird ass, but they weren't mixed, but they were. It was very strange. Anyways, and then you'd be like, I'm gonna go on a 14-hour walk with my boyfriend. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, 14-hour walk. We're just gonna do a sensible 6 miles down to Grandview, like.
No, it was insane, and then back. So really, 12 miles. I'd be like, yeah, you're under, and you just be like, boo, 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 and I'm like, oh my god, I'm on the couch dying, and I only had 5 years on you.
Yeah. I mean, I truly can't explain it, because now, if you ask me to do a show on a weeknight, and then like in the middle of the week, and I have to go to work the next day. You better be giving me $3,000 stipend plus a bag of Swarovski crystals. You know what? Not even that. You better give me a fully embellished costume for free.
Crystal Swarovski, the burlesque dancer. I don't want a bag of crystals. I want a person. Give me Crystal Swarovski.
You want Crystal. You want Crystal to just come over and just hang out.
Yeah, that's what I want. Weeknight shows. What are we in college?
I don't know. If I do a show and I stay up until 2:30, I am a wreck the next day, and I'm still dealing with it, because when the cost of doing a show is that high, it's like, why does anyone perform at all?
No, these
and there are queens and burlesque performers and comedians and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They're doing late night shows in their 40s. I don't know how, but they're doing it.
Right.
How much Red Bull do you have to chug at the bar?
Oh my god. So I haven't had a Red Bull in so long until Queer Bomb. So Queer Bomb starts at 11 p.m. And I was like,
Brooke, for those who may not know, what is Queer Bomb?
Queer Bomb is a queer and gender non-conforming dance party that is hosted every month at District West. Mm-hmm. Founded by yours truly and Butterfly and Luster. What is their drag name, last name?
Well, it used to be De La Virginia.
Yes, I think they changed it, so I didn't want to do the wrong one.
Yeah, and I don't know what his last name is now. I think it might just be Luster.
Oh, I like that, just Luster and Lori Granger. So I was really excited to host it, and then I drank Red Bull, and then I had a 10 a.m. flight the next day, and I almost didn't make it. Because I was laying in bed awake, and I was like, how do people do this?
Yeah, I really don't know, because I've had nights where I did not have a single drink, nary a single cocktail, and I feel like death the next morning.
Yeah.
And I drink water too. Like, I know the tricks.
You know all the tricks.
I know the
Remember,
tricks.
like spaces of water and just be fine all night.
Yeah, and my body is like, fuck you, ma'am. You didn't get the you didn't get the one thing for us we asked for, which was sleep.
You didn't put the strawberries on the box, and now here we are.
Yeah, you didn't sing happy birthday to Sarah. So you're fucked now.
Girl, we are at time, and it is a delight. Viewers, whenever you're watching, please know next week we are doing a very special deep dish. It's going to be very sensual. I don't know the topic yet, but real talk, I have a massage right before, so I am going to be loose.
Wow.
Like my body, I'm going to be super free. So if you have any questions you need to get out, this is the time.
Tell us the topics you want to hear about. I'm thinking about flexibility.
Relationship flexibility. I love it.
Because you said you were getting massage, so that's what it made me think about.
Comment below. We're going to do a deep dish next week. We want to hear what are your pre-Valentine's Day questions and concerns.
Mm-hmm. And we want to hear about your I lost it. We want to hear what's in your wallet. Brooke, I was just thinking.
We want to hear about your short-term memory loss.
Yeah, because come over to my camera. Brooke, I was just thinking that I want to make that thing that you were talking about that I used to make for breakfast.
Yeah?
I want to bring breakfast to the dish.
Oh my God, you should.
Yeah, let's do that. We're bringing the whole skillet. All right.
Oh my God, I love it.
Well, on that note, we love you very much. Depending on what hemisphere you're in, stay warm or stay cold. Stay comfortable.
Very chill. It's very chilly here.
Yeah. All right. See you next time. Love you, kids. Bye.
Bye, y'all.